The Shock of the Fall is the 2013 debut young adult novel by British author Nathan Filer. Set in contemporary England, it follows 19-year-old Matt Holmes as he recounts a story spanning a decade, during which he struggles with severe mental illness after the death of his older brother, Simon. While on a family vacation, Matt and Simon go for a walk, and something mysterious happens to Simon, an event Matt cannot recall. Plagued by guilt, grief, shame, loss, uncertainty, and post-traumatic stress, Matt's mental health deteriorates into clinical schizophrenia. In an effort to help him, Matt's parents admit him to a mental institution, where he finds solace and therapy through writing. Through his personal accounts, Matt attempts to piece together what truly happened to Simon 10 years earlier, seeking closure in the process. The Shock of the Fall won the Costa Book Awards for Best Book of the Year and First Novel Award in 2014. Narrated unreliably in the first person by Matt Holmes, the novel opens with recollections from his childhood. Living alone in Bristol, England, Matt candidly admits he is not a nice person and confesses his lifelong inability to cope with pain dating back to a scraped knee at age 9. He recalls the fateful family camping trip at Ocean Cove Holiday Park with Simon, describing the night that would haunt him as the shock of the fall, a memory simultaneously vivid and fragmented. Simon, who has Down syndrome and other medical conditions, helps Matt to safety after his injury, but is soon found dead. The circumstances of Simon's death, for which Matt blames himself, remain a mystery until the novel's conclusion. Matt's overwhelming sense of guilt, grief, uncertainty, and post-traumatic stress continues to dominate his adolescence and early adulthood. As he reflects, mental illness turns people inward. His trauma manifests in commanding hallucinations of Simon, prompting his parents, Richard and Susan, to seek treatment for him at Hope Road Day Center. At the hospital, Matt struggles with the regimented routines and therapies enforced by Dr. Edward Clement, lamenting, "It tells me exactly what I have to do with my days, like coming in for therapy groups, what tablets I should take, and the injections, and who is responsible for what," and continues, "There is literally nothing to do." Through art therapy sessions with Denise Lovell, Matt begins creating a genogram and gradually starts to reconstruct the night Simon died, using writing as a vehicle for memory and catharsis. The narrative shifts between the present and the years since Simon's death, presenting Matt's memoirs, journal entries, letters, and notes in diverse typefaces and formats, often accompanied by sketches and illustrations. These stylistic variations mirror the fragmented nature of Matt's mind under the weight of mental illness. As the novel progresses, Matt's writing sharpens his mental clarity and allows him to process his trauma. Yet the guilt of Simon's death continues to haunt him as a figurative and literal specter, culminating in Matt's declaration, "This story, it's finding a way to let go." This internal struggle forms the emotional core of the book. Another major theme critiques the stigmatization and institutional mishandling of mental illness. Drawing from his experience as a mental health nurse, Filer critiques over-medication and the profit-driven motives of hospitals aligned with pharmaceutical companies. Matt observes patients are impersonal service users and notices prominent drug names emblazoned on hospital merchandise, from pens to mugs, further fueling his frustration and schizoid tendencies. He resists medication that silences Simon's vivid presence, determined to preserve his brother in memory and imagination. Ultimately, Matt uncovers that Simon's death was a tragic accident. A harmless prank gone wrong led to Simon falling off a low cliff. Though Matt bears no actual responsibility, his guilt is compounded by the memory of Simon carrying him home earlier that night, a heroic act Matt could not reciprocate. After discussions between Richard, Susan, and Dr. Clement regarding Matt's progress, he is discharged, reflecting, "This story doesn't have an end." Not really. How can it when I'm still here, still living it? Following its UK release, The Shock of the Fall was republished under the title Where the Moon Isn't, a metaphor for Simon, whom Matt often likens to the moon, and a reflection of his longing for his brother's return. The novel earned the Betty Trask Prize, 2014, the Writers Guild of Britain Best First Novel Award, 2014, and the Specsavers National Book Awards Popular Fiction Book of the Year, 2014. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.